Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Leanne Thomas. Today you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the June 17th meeting. The board confirmed the appointment of Joy Johnson as the new Polk County Indigent Health Care Director. Ms. Johnson has served Polk County for more than 17 years. She began her career as the office manager. After receiving her bachelor's degree, she was promoted to planner, then senior planner in community health and social services. She successfully served as the interim director for the Indigent Healthcare Division for the past year and was unanimously recommended as permanent director by the interview panel. Ms. Johnson holds a Bachelor of Arts in Organizational Management and Master of Science in Management from Warner University. We are excited to welcome Ms. Johnson.
Today I was appointed as the Indigent Healthcare Director for the Polk County Board of County Commissioners. And in doing so, I will be continuing to work with our Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee and with our board and our other community partners to make sure that our most vulnerable population has access to healthcare services in Polk County.
After 2 years of negotiations, the board approved the third and final settlement agreement with Republic Services of Florida. The settlement, which includes a $500,000 deposit into the Solid Waste Operating Fund, put to rest all previously disputed issues and includes the forensic audit results, a factor for the 2005 waste collection agreement, liquidated damages, and amounts due to Republic for services performed. The board approved the addition of 3 multi-trade building inspector 3 positions with an estimated annual cost of $215,000. The Building and Codes Division is funded through the Building Fund, a special revenue fund which obtains its revenue from permitting and inspection fees. In prior years, when development slowed and revenues declined, staffing levels were reduced. Now, with development increasing, staffing levels need to be adjusted accordingly. Currently, each inspector is averaging 27 inspections per day. The desired ratio is 16 to 20 inspections per inspector per day. This increase in staffing should allow for more timely inspections and better customer service. The board approved a construction manager at risk authorization with Crossroads Construction of Central Florida Incorporated to revise the original project scope for the Roar Home expansion to match available funds. The original scope was over budget for several reasons. Grant funds were pursued but were not awarded. Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing upgrades cost more than originally thought, and the Agency for Healthcare Administration requirements increased the cost. After pre-construction, Crossroads submitted a guaranteed maximum price of approximately $1.1 million. The board approved a construction contract with E.O. Coach Construction Company for a new seawall at Port Hatchinaha for approximately $300,000.
We were here today to present a contract for construction of the reconstruction of the seawall and sidewalk at Port Hatchinaha Park with E.O. Cox Construction. The old seawalls failed out there, and for safety purposes, we have to have it replaced. So that's what the contract was for this morning.
The board approved a construction contract with RAM Excavating Incorporated for the Lake Parker Outfall Canal Improvements Phase 3 for approximately $790,000.
Today the board approved a contract with RAM Excavating to implement the construction of the Lake Parker Phase 3 project. Essentially we're going to be repairing and restoring 3 different segments of the canal between Woodland Avenue and Fish Hatchery Road in the Cumbia area on the east end of Lakeland in Polk County.
The board approved a right-of-way agreement to purchase 2 parcels of land needed for the Ernie Caldwell Boulevard Phases 2B and 3 projects for $130,000. The board also approved hiring American Government Services Corporation for $1,200 to close the acquisition of the parcels and approved the right-of-way and real estate section manager to execute the documents on their behalf at closing.
The commissioners addressed this item. Basically, it was an approval of an agreement with one of the property owners on the Ernie Caldwell Boulevard project. The Ernie Caldwell Boulevard project is is a project that the board instituted several years back, and this is the last phase of that project, which will connect US 27 to 1792, creating a new corridor, east-west corridor, up in the northeast portion of the county.
In other news, the board presented a Community Relations Advisory Council Service Award to Mr. Francois.
I was talking to the board today because I was invited mostly to receive a service award for my 4 years of service in the CRAC committee. As you probably know already, the CRAC stands for Community Relations Advisory Council. I've been a member of that committee for 4 years, and the Polk County Board of Commissioners wanted to honor me, to give me a award, so that was the reason I was talking today.
During morning public hearings, the board approved a conditional use modification request to remove the condition stating that no outdoor storage of vehicles is allowed, and approved amending other conditions for an existing vehicle sales, repair, and service business located at 6145 State Road 60 East in Bartow.
Today, the board heard a conditional use modification to a previously approved request that was approved back in January of 2013 for Marilyn and Rick Troll on their property out on State Road 60. And basically this morning they modified a condition that dealt with how they park their vehicles and how their vehicles can be situated on the property. Previously, it didn't allow them to park their repair vehicles outside. So this modification now allows them to park their repaired and serviced vehicles outside for up to 180 days, 50 vehicles, and the board approved that today.
The board also adopted a resolution for the specific delegation of Community Redevelopment Authority to the City of Lake Alfred. The delegation can include, but is not limited to, the creation of the Community Redevelopment Agency, the establishment of the Community Redevelopment Plan and Community Redevelopment Trust Fund, and approval of any amendments to the plan which addresses housing and economic blight.
We were here today to talk to the County Commission about the CRA that we are wanting to propose for the city. Lake Alfred has been working on this for about 8 years, and we've gone through a whole myriad of projects to have more economic development. We've developed a Brownsfield, we developed a core area, and then we had a master visioning plan with all of the people who live in Lake Alfred. And the CRA is just another tool for us to foster more economic development for the county and for the city. So if we can get the board to approve this, we'll be able to improve our downtown area and create more jobs. So we really appreciate that the board approved our resolution today, and we're going to work on the CRA and make it very beneficial to both the county and to our city.
And finally, the board adopted 3 ordinances repealing the ordinances that created the Reflections East Phase 1, Reflections East Phase 2, and Reflections East Edition Special Street Lighting Districts. These special street lighting districts were created between 1998 and 2000, but the boundaries of the districts have since been annexed into the City of Winter Haven. Beginning October 1st, 2014, the City of Winter Haven will provide the funding for the streetlights within the districts. Now, let's go to Erik Peterson from the Planning and Development Division with the Planning Commission update.
Good day. I'm Erik Peterson, Principal Planner for the Polk County Land Development Division. Here are just a few cases reviewed by the Polk County Planning Commission this month on June 4th. In South Lakeland area, CPA 14S07, a request to change from residential, RL2, to commercial, NAC, on the north side of County Road 548 between McDonald's and High Glen Drive, was forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners with a recommendation for approval. The applicants have agreed to several development conditions to offset potential impacts to neighboring residences. This case will be heard by the Board of County Commissioners on July 8th and on July 22nd, both at 1:30. In South Winter Haven, a request to change the development density from 1 unit per acre, RL1, to 4 units per acre, RL4, on Lake Eloise Loop Road was forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners with a recommendation of approval. This request is located east of Pollard Road and immediately west of Little Lake Estates. The applicant intends to develop the property in a similar form as the neighboring development. This case will be heard by the Board of County Commissioners on July 8th at 1:30. In the Four Corners area, a request to change from multifamily, RM, to commercial, RAC, at the current terminus of Dunson Road, north of I-4 and east of US 27 was approved. This site will eventually connect to Ronald Reagan Parkway and the Posner Park via a flyover on I-4 that is currently in the planning stages, and Meadows Boulevard that is soon to be constructed. This case will be heard by the Board of County Commissioners on August 19th at 1:30 for transmittal to the state for review. Then final adoption is expected on October 21st. If you have questions about any of these or any upcoming cases, please contact our planner on call at area code 863-534-6084. For Dateline Polk, I'm Erik Peterson. Now on to RJ Walters with the roads update.
I'm going with no frills today, and I'm going to jump directly into the slow lane. Yes, folks, that actually makes sense because I'm going to run down major construction projects going on around Polk County roadways to keep you informed of the detours and moving populations of orange barrels. One project that has a couple of interesting notes attached to it is ongoing on State Road 60 at Alturas Road. Crews are finishing up the paving of turn lanes, which is causing temporary lane closures. The speed limit at this intersection will be decreased from 65 miles per hour to 55 miles per hour following construction. Work on this project includes installing new signals, extending turn lanes, installing pedestrian features, and adding upgrades to meet current ADA standards. Robin Steuben, spokesman for the Florida Department of Transportation's District 1 office, said the signals will include protected left turns for eastbound and westbound motorists, which means traffic will stop to allow drivers to turn left. The state is spending an estimated $600,000 to signalize the intersection. The project is expected to be complete by this fall. Now, starting with the daytime delays and closures, here are roads to expect interruptions and flaggers at. The Interstate 4 eastbound exit ramp at County Line Road and South Frontage Road. Memorial Boulevard at North Brunel Parkway. US 27 from US 98 to West County Line Road. US 27 from Ritchie Road to south of Berry Road. US 92 at North Galloway Road and Airport Road. US 92 north of West Cummings Street. Airport Road at the intersection of Old Tampa Highway. State Road 60 from west of Saddlebag Lake Road to east of Sam Keene Road. State Road 37 at the Mulberry Bridge from south of State Road 60 over the Alafaya River. State Road 37 in Lakeland north of the Walmart entrance. State Road 37 from County Road 548 to Carter Road. The Wrecker Highway just north of Commercial Boulevard. And State Road 17 from State Road 544 to Hinson Avenue in Haines City. There is no shortage of nighttime construction either, so if you're out late, look for orange barrels and big machines causing delays in the following locations. You're going to see them at US 98 from East Orange Street to East Lime Street, US 98 from County Road 548 to Winter Lake Road, US 98 at the Lakeland Central Park Center, US 92 at US 98, US 92 north of West Cummings Street, US 27 in Haines City from Silvercrest Drive to Bates Road, US 27 in Davenport from Berry Road to US 192, South Florida Avenue from East Alamo Drive to Horizon Court, South Florida Avenue from East Walnut Street to West Walnut Street, Airport Road at the intersection of Old Tampa Highway, State Road 544 at Idlewild Drive, State Road 540 at Spirit Lake Road intersection, State Road 540 at 6th Street, State Road 60 in Mulberry from Northeast 1st Avenue to Northeast 12th Avenue, Cumbie Road at North Crystal Lake Drive, Cumbie Road from north of Ralph Road to south of State Road 33, Memorial Boulevard at North Lincoln Avenue, State Road 546 between Kettles Avenue and Texas Avenue D, Cypress Gardens Boulevard in Winter Haven from Overlook Drive to US 27, North Parkway Frontage Road from South Florida Avenue to Waring Road, and South Parkway Frontage Road from Pipkin Creek to Underpass Road. That's a lot of orange barrels, folks. And that, indeed, is the lowdown on the construction rundown. And for regular or emergency road updates, check out the Polk TPO on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. With information and updates on the planning that moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, July 8th. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.